What's up, y'all? It's Ebony. So I just came to talk to you guys about my day. I don't even know what to title this video, but honestly, your girl is tired. Okay, so yesterday we just came back. Me and my family just came back from a trip from I call it a mini vacation to Virginia, and we just came back from Virginia yesterday. And we're in Georgia. And when I say I was sick the whole ride, I was sick. Okay. I'm pretty sure it took about 10 hours to get back home, and I was sick 9 of those 10. Anyways, I say all that to say is, when you take your any type of little break, first of all, I don't like doing this. I don't like coming back home and then going to work the day after, because your body needs to recover from the ride, whether it's by plane, train, bus, car, whatever. Your body needs to recover from the ride. So my body did not have time to recover. I'm like, dang, why didn't I take off today, which is Monday? Because I was making all kind of mistakes today. Like, you have to just know when you're tired, but it's good if you have built a relationship or some type of rapport with your team, or your people's co-workers, whatever you want to call them, to where, like, when you are falling short, they help pick you up so that, like, you know, you end up returning the favor. Like, it's automatic for me to help people, and I call it support. One of my travel nurses, she laughs at me because she's like, you come to support me? Because that's my word. I'll say, I'm coming to support you, or I support your decision, even if I disagree with it. And I'm like, well, it's us against them. So I support the decision that you would make in that moment. And so let me just share some of the mistakes. Mind you, I got to work by 3:45 this morning. One mistake I made was with the bicarb. So it's getting cooler here now. So therefore, the water to mix the bicarb in the mixing tank, we have a mix tank and a day tank. So the water to mix the bicarb is usually in the mix tank. That water, if it is like warm, I won't say lukewarm, but if it's warm, then it mixes the bicarb really great, like perfectly. And I can do 4 bags of bicarb. But if it is like cool, like it was this morning, literally every bag of bicarb went straight down to the bottom of the tank. And I was like, I had a straight attitude, okay? I was like, oh my God, why? So what I should have did was drain the entire tank and remake the bicarb. I didn't do that. I just like drained some of it, added some. It was basically like doing, like I was doing a recipe or something. And I got the bicarb to where it needed to be. But if you end up opening and you have something like that happen where all your bicarb goes to the bottom of the tank, just drain that sucker, clean out that residue, and then refill the tank. Because that will save you in the long run. So I say that to say I did that, but then that wasn't enough bicarb. So here is where I say dialysis teaches a lot of little life lessons. So this is where time management comes into play, and just being on top of your A game comes into play. In dialysis, being a dialysis technician helps me, or working in the field of dialysis helps me with time management, because if I do not have time management in that moment or that day, then it's going to show in my performance, in my work. So this is how it showed today. So I made the bicarb. I did it. It wasn't enough to get us through the entire day. I knew that I needed to go back and make some more. What did I do? Didn't go back and make some more. I forgot. But I did at least fill the tank with water. But I didn't put the bicarb in there. So long story short, by the time we got through with second shift, machines were going off. And my coworker was like, Ebony, did you do the bicarb? And I was like, no. And I'm like, crap. Went back there. The loop was coming dry. When the loop becomes dry, then the machines will go off because there is nothing but air sucking in to the machines. So she came and helped me. Well, I went ahead and added the bicarb, started mixing it in the mix tank, and then she came and she primed the loop while I was doing that. I wasn't thinking to do that because I'm technically, honestly, still learning the system, learning that particular system at that clinic. So she primed the loop while it was mixing, and then she told me when it was ready or whatever. But back up a little bit. If I had went ahead after the mix tank had filled, went ahead on when I came back from my break, put the bicarb in there and mixed it, then went ahead and transferred it, then it would have been ready. Then I wouldn't have been scrambling and frustrated, because then in the midst of that, I had a patient who's a little disgruntled. He's a transient, and I was already having an attitude because I feel like I've been sick from yesterday, like sick as in nauseous. So he comes in, he's mad because he said that back home they told him that he comes in at 11, but here we're telling him he comes in at 12. I'm like, yeah, your check time is 12, and if you come in at 11, I'm already putting someone on and possibly taking someone off at 11 o'clock. So there's no way that you can come in at 11. And he's one of those patients, like, as soon as he gets in, he wants to get on instead of, like, patiently wait for you to get to him. So I'm like, so they kept asking, are you ready? I'm like, no, I'm not ready for anybody. All of this is happening at the same time that the bicarb is going wrong. And he is an extremely difficult stick. So he made a remark about one of our really good techs who's a good stick. Like, everybody in the clinic is pretty much, we're all good stickers. We just, sometimes you have that patient whose access is a challenge, whether it be a challenge that day or just a challenge. So it's just a challenge, no matter who sticks him, no matter who has him, and he has a leg graft, which is fine. But I tried to stick him before last week, and I was like, today I knew that I was too tired and just not there, man. I was not there. So I was like, man, I can't I can't take that hit emotionally. Like, some days you got the confidence and you be like, yeah, I'm gonna get this stick today. I'm gonna get this cannulation today. Today I was like, I can't do it. It's all in the mind, man. I had already told myself I couldn't do it when I saw he was on the schedule. Anyways, so I went to, I was like, hey, so he wanted someone that stuck him before. This person is interesting, but anyways, she, long story short, by the time she finished with him, he had 4 needles in him. You only need 2. But he was adamant about having her because she was a nurse. And I told him that our tech could, the other lady, I was like, she got you. She could do it. And he was like, no, I want somebody to know what they can do. Know what they doing. Is she a nurse? And I said, no, she's not a nurse. And he was like, well, I want somebody to know what they're doing. These techs messed up my arm, blah, 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 blah. Excuse me, sir. Techs know what they're doing. Just because your access, I don't know what happened with your arms. I wasn't there. This is all that's going on through my head. But I was giving him the face under the mask. So I went ahead and I'm like, okay. And so I seen her. She was about to go to break. So I just happened to catch her right before she went to break. I was like, hey, can you come stick him? He's requesting you. She's like, sure. Took about 15 minutes. And guess what? She didn't get it. She did not get it the first time. She did not get it the second time. She struggled. And then when he mentioned, oh, well, last time he stuck me, it hurt really bad. I know she was the last person that stuck him. And she blamed it on someone else. Whew, good stuff. Anyways, I was like, really? Okay. Wow. So people will throw you under the bus. Just, I told my coworker friend, I said, people be trying to throw me under the bus, and then I roll up under that guy, you know, rolling up under the bus, come out on the other end with no scratches. Okay. Anyways, needless to say, he got on the machine, but the remark that he made about text irritated me, which I know it's because probably staff has probably talked to him about other staff. That is something that gets under my skin so bad. I cannot stand it. You should not talk to a patient about your coworker, even if you don't like your coworker, and they're going to talk about that coworker to you just to see what you're going to do. They talk about a specific coworker that does not have the greatest of bedside manners all the time. And when I first got there, and now they back off, because I would just be like, or I would say things like, well, you never know what someone's going through, blah, 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 blah. I would try to change the subject, stay positive about that person. One, because I didn't know that person, but two, even if I did know that person, even what they were saying was true, it's like, I'm not gonna do that with you. I'm not gonna do that with you. So try not to get into that type of mode, like negativity. Don't be that person that the patients can talk bad about your coworkers, even if they telling the truth. Okay, because it shows a level of integrity and character on your part. And because when that coworker talk bad about you to them, it happens. Then they'll be able to see like, oh wow, like dang, Ebony ain't say nothing about her. Why is she talking about her like that? So they'll get to see like whose character they can trust, who they can really trust. Straight up. I don't talk to my patients about my coworkers. I don't. Now if they try to bash us, then I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be like, that's not that person. But if I like the person, but if they try to bash somebody that I know that they're telling the truth about, then to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because I ain't trying to get into that with you. So the other thing, no sir. The other thing is, dang, made me lose my train of thought. Oh, so let me go back to this one patient. I get the bicarb mix, get it fixed, boom. We don't have any more issues there, but that was like a stressful moment or whatever, because it brought a flashback back of when I worked at the other clinic and I used to have issues, but I didn't have support, I didn't have help, I didn't have someone saying, hey, we'll do it this way or whatever. It was just a hot mess. It was a toxic environment, but I am very grateful to be in a good environment now, and I'm also grateful that I have my voice to even where, like, if somebody do say something, I'm gonna say something back, or I'm gonna just know how to handle it better. Okay, I've matured in that area. Needless to say, this patient, difficult sick again, blah blah blah. I came back to him. I left to go take care of another patient while she was handling him. Came back, I fixed him up, we hooked him up. Then I left again, came back right before I went to break, and he first of all, he asked me if I was married. Ladies, be careful out here. These men's married or single. Unfortunately, a lot of married men be trying to hit on you. They try to talk to you. They try to get with you. They try to make sly, slick, nasty remarks to you. And I'd be like, yeah, nah, bruh. So I was trying to see where this was going. So he's like, are you married? And I'm like, why you asking me that? And then he's like, oh, just asking. I said, no. And then he said, are you, you got kids? No. Anyways, so then I finished taking care of him. Then I went to the patient next to him to chart vitals, and he said, I didn't insult you. I left, came back. He said, I didn't insult you by asking if you were married. You know you was wrong. You know you was wrong. You know that you was asking if I was married for ill or whatever intentions that was not good. So I was like, no, that really didn't insult me or bother me, because I already knew he was looking at me. They be looking. Be careful, women. Be careful. Anyways, and don't be naive, okay? Be careful. Be careful. So then I said, no, you didn't insult me with that. I said, but you did insult me when you said that techs don't know anything. Because he started like going off at the mouth earlier. I'm like, oh, techs don't know how to do this. No. Bruh, I'm going to take you talking about me, but okay. So I just let him have it. But when he asked, did I insult you? No, you did insult me on that though. And he was like, well, I didn't say that. And I said, yes, you did. I said, techs, I said, it doesn't matter if you're a tech or a nurse. I said, as you see, even some of the most experienced have difficulties with accesses. And I said, your access is very difficult. It's a challenge. Like, it's a hard stick. So, and she told him that. I'm like, your access is really hard. So this is not a nurse or tech thing. Like, it doesn't matter who has what title. I said, techs still know how to do their job. They still know how to do what they got to do. So then he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. He apologized a million times. I received it. I did. I felt like he was sorry. I mean, even if he wasn't, it would have been whatever. But I received it. So I just say all that to say, like, just learn how to handle people. Don't know what the title is. Maybe I'll title it, you know, what happened to me today. I don't know. Because I was just tired. I'm like still tired. And now I have to be TT mama and go take care of the nephew, get out of these clothes, and take a shower and get ready to be TT mama. So I hope you guys learned something from this. Time management, integrity, character, how to deal with difficult patients, and how to just flow through a difficult day. If you have a great team around you, you can do it. All right. So I hope you have a good day. Let me know how you are dealing with, if you had any challenging days in dialysis and any challenging patients, let me know down below. And how did you deal with it? Okay. I don't know everything. So let me know how you deal with it below. Bye.